Parliamo di cinema, una tenera vipera ad ogni genera che oggi è bigama, all'anima libera che non ha più fisima, la gente cinica, misera e anonima, chi vive a Panama ed è morta a Veneta. Parliamo di cinema e di ciò che ci va. John.
Nostalgia Broadcast.
Ciao. Non l'hai fatto, ciao.
Sì,
Non l'hai fatto, ciao. Bene, siamo qui al cinema Troisi con un ospite molto speciale, Brady Corbet o Corbet.
Yeah, Corbet, you got it.
Our guest Flavio Costanzo saying some year ago, Brady, thank you, Mr. Corbet.
People can pronounce it however they prefer, but it is pronounced Corbet.
Okay, Corbet. Okay.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. How it's come to Rome to present your film and return to the cinema in Piazza, and what your relationship with Italy and Rome?
Well, ever since I had my daughter, almost 11 years ago, she's been here every summer since she was born. Mostly because of the festival in Venice, where we're premiering films, but also because Mona and I have been on the jury different years, and so we have a very strong connection to the country, of course, because of this. And then of course I just have a strong connection to the country because of the medium. I mean, it's one of the most important places for cinema on the planet.
I wanted to ask you a question about your last movie, Brutalist. In my opinion, the movie is very critic of the American culture and overall the Western culture, I would say. But the ending is very optimistic. So I wanted to ask you, does it mean that you are still hopeful about the future of Western culture?
I'm not very hopeful about the future of Western culture. And I don't actually think the end of the movie is optimistic. I think the end of the movie is sort of exhilarating, but my feeling about the end of the movie is that it's not very optimistic at all. Listen, I mean, we'll see. We're in the middle of the decline of the West. Or maybe we're at the end of the decline of the West. We'll find out.
And after the success of the Brutalist, do you want to continue producing and make film with the type of approach?
Yeah,
I mean, same time of approach?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, now all I have spent my time doing the past couple of years is building some infrastructure to making the films more sustainable. I also, in my lifetime, I will likely only make 7 to 10, maybe 12 films if I'm lucky, if I'm prolific, because I'm making films quite slowly, and of course, for me, that's not enough. So I write films for other people. I produce films for other people, and now that will be something that's more official through my own production entity.
And you want to come back to acting on the screen?
No, I haven't done it in 13 years, and it's because I was never comfortable in front of a camera. I'm still not comfortable in front of a camera. I mean, perhaps if a close friend of mine was to, had something very specific in mind, maybe I could do it. But even Mona, she was asking me if I would do a role in her last film, a small role. And I just told her, I said, well, you're going to have to schedule 2 or 3 days for this because I'm so out of practice. I'm sure I'm going to fuck it up at least 150 times. So I, under very specific circumstances, perhaps, but I definitely never miss it. It's not something I yearn for.
speaking of the decline of Western culture, do you think that Hollywood will remain central in the future of cinema in the next decades?
Probably just because the brand is so strong. You know, it's hard to imagine rebranding Hollywood as something else. I mean, in terms of a culture of independent cinema, that's been out of Los Angeles for years. I mean, I can only think of like 3 or 4 independent filmmakers that are based there and are working there. I mean, it's too expensive to shoot in California. My next film is about California, and I'm shooting for a few days there, but I can't afford to shoot more than a few days. The rest I'm shooting in Portugal, South Africa.
And the last question we asked to our guest: what's your favorite movie? No, 1, 2, or 3, or 4. You have Letterboxd.
Yeah, no, yeah. It's always something different for me. I mean, listen. Right now, I'm over the last 6 months or so, I've been on a real Peter Weir kick. I love The Last Wave, this apocalyptic film he made in the late 1970s. Picnic at Hanging Rock, of course. But I love The Year of Living Dangerously with Mel Gibson and Sigourney Weaver. And there's something really haunting about these films. They're so evocative and ambitious. And so that's been on my mind a lot recently. But you know, I've seen almost everything, so there's too many titles that are rattling around up there.
Bene, ringraziamo Brady Corbet. Brady Corbet is equal. Okay.
You got it. Don't worry.
Ok, faccio come pare. Ringraziamo Emanuela, Punto e Virgola, al cinema Troisi che ci hanno dato una mano, Flavio, Tommaso, mi sono dimenticato. E ci vediamo alla prossima puntata. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thanks.